All right. So, a few days off ill. Well, not off ill, but at work and then feeling pretty rough. But there has been things going on in the Unrooted RC workshop. Firstly, one badass fifth scale is back together, and I will show you guys through that, the new motor, all of that kind of good stuff, how it all went together. But I'm super chuffed. So the fifth scale is back on. The Krahavi. So as well as getting new diff oil, 2 million weight I think, I've also put in the original motor from my Kraton 8S. I'm feeling a bit tongue-in-cheek, and I think this motor, coincidentally or not or whatever, would be perfect in this size of vehicle, not in a Kraton 8S. In this one it's great. I can't remember what pinion I put in here, but it's quite a large one because this is of course a much lighter car, therefore I think I can get away with it. And what we're also doing is we are putting on some Vitavon bulkheads. Now these are pretty, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Lee at Custom RC Upgrades has been approached by them and is wondering whether or not to go for it. And what I will say is, firstly, the machining is pretty darn good, although you do have to be careful with some of these holes. I've put the front bulkhead on here, and these two top screws that hold, the top two screws that hold in your shock tower, they were a little off center, but only very slightly. Everything else has gone together just fine, apart from the rear bearing on these new Vitavon front ends is much bigger than an original bearing. So the new bearing that I have ordered is 13 millimeters outside diameter, 5 millimeter inside diameter, and 4 millimeters thick. So they will arrive. That's what the calipers tell me I need. If it don't work, I'll let you know, but overall it should be pretty cool because I'll end up with a bigger bearing on the inside, which is never a bad thing. So it's gone together quite nicely. This is turning out to be a bit of a beast, this truck, and then it's going to be all sorted and finished. Razorback is back together with some nice trick little parts from Lee from Custom RC Upgrades, which I'll show you, some printed parts, and he helped me out with a new motor mount because I tore off a screw in the last one, being a big cack-handed, paddle-handed oaf. This bad boy is finished. Lee also gave me a little ball end, which was really kind of him to finish this build off, and also I bought from him a rear, I don't know if you can see that. I know it adds a bit of weight and it's meant to be a lightweight Kraton, but I just wanted a skid plate on the rear end to just protect the chassis a little bit because it's quite low to the ground. I replaced the servo in here, so the JX servo, cheap free one that I had kicking about, broke during that jump session that you saw. So I put in a go-to Power HD 20 kilogram waterproof servo, the best budget servo out there, arguably. Okay, that RC is completely ready. You saw me do the hinge pins. The center diff, the lock center diff has come out of there, and a new center diff has gone in with 2 million weight or 1 million weight center diff oil, and that's always been good as gold. So that is it. I'm really super interested to see how this Spectrum motor stacks up. The Castle Creations big block I had in there, it didn't have it. So so we'll see how that one runs. That is it from the Unrooted RC workshops. There may be some boats coming up. There might be some other bits and pieces, but for now, on that bombshell, I'll say peace.